It'll be a good few weeks yet before these green shoots of poppy are swaying tall and ready for harvest. But the 2008 opium crop in Sarwan Kala is already well established. It's the only living in this well-irrigated strip of land close to the Helmand River, in an otherwise barren and forbidding landscape. The arrival of dozens of Royal Marines is met with blank expressions and resignation by the few locals who show their faces. Perhaps they know we're about to discover the village's most valuable secret.
One, two, one. Start going through searching the rooms. Okay.
We've confirmed, I think it's a drugs factory of some sort. There's loads of paraphernalia and bits and bobs around. I'm going to send a sit rep to Oscar Charlie and find out what's going on.
It's difficult to know for sure, but the Marines are convinced they've stumbled on a huge drugs factory. In these sacks, there are what look like brown rocks, but it turns out it could be the precursor to heroin. And if it is, there's a mass of it, 500 kilos at least.
In fact, that turns out to be a gross underestimate. As the search goes deeper, more bags are found. In the end, 1.5 metric tons of heroin base is discovered.
It's very clearly a very large drugs factory. We need to remember that the people of Helmand, there wouldn't be 1.4 million people living in Helmand if they didn't have some drugs cash to live on. It's a mountain economy and they need the extra top up to keep them and their children alive. So I don't blame them personally, but the big dealers, like whoever owns this facility, are obviously the greedy, not the needy, and will destroy it now.
Soon the extent of the operation and its international dimensions become apparent as we move further through the compounds.
These bank accounts are from a Pakistani bank in Quetta. They're 10 years old, but they're all in English, and a lot of the payments appear to be for computer equipment and office supplies. Now, we don't know whose they are, but they were found in a compound next door to the drugs factory.
Also abandoned as the drug makers fled, Afghan ID cards and an English-language Pakistani newspaper from last November. Locals told us the compounds belonged to a rich drug smuggler who'd left Sarwan Kala a year ago, but that heroin base was still being manufactured here until last month. Whoever they are and wherever they are now, they will have little to come back to. The Marines spoofed for the right to start the destruction.
Grenade!
Next door, a bigger bang was being prepared by Gurkha engineers to close down once and for all one of Sarwan Kala's prime industrial sites.
I'm firing now! Look at that! Look at that shit!
With the sound of the explosion still ringing in their ears and warnings of an imminent Taliban attack, it was time to get out fast. The Taliban never showed, but with Bravo Company's job done in Sarwan Kala for now, it was back to base and the end of Operation Gatse Dagger. David Bowden, Sky News in Sarwan Kala.